Hello, and welcome to my channel. This is Elise here of Plan with Elise, and today we are going to be planning in my planner for next week, but we're going to first be flipping through the brand new Planything release and taking a look at all of this washi. Look at this washi. There's so many rolls. This release is going to be on Saturday, June 1st at 12 p.m. Eastern. And as always with Planything, code Elise10 will give you a discount. So we have a smaller sticker book here. This is a 15 sticker sheet sticker book called Travel Around the World. Because it's 15 sheets and less than normal, it's going to also be less expensive. So it's $16.50. And then again, remember, code Elise10 will give you a discount. So we are in a full-blown travel and around the world theme. So first up, we have New York. So you've got, some of these I can identify because it's New York and I live so close. Other countries I may not be able to identify because I haven't been there yet. But of course, we have a taxi and Lady Liberty. And we have the Empire State Building, and I think that this is the George Washington Bridge. So these are on clear. And then we jump to Paris. So, of course, I love the Eiffel Tower. If you've been around for a while, you've probably heard me talk about Paris being on my bucket list, especially for my birthday, which is July 14th. It's Bastille Day. I really want to go to Paris on my birthday. Eventually, not this year, maybe next year. Then we have London, which is also on my list. So I know that we have Big Ben here and we have the London Bridge. I feel like there's a different name for it. Maybe it's just the London Bridge. And of course, the classic telephone booth. Now we have Japan. And these are still all on clear, but they're that really good matte clear that we love from Planything. And then you have these black boxes. So, or they're kind of like a blackish gray. These also seem to have a bit of like a glitter-ish tint to them, which is interesting. I wonder if that's intentional. I guess we'll find out when we look at the others, but it's like, I don't even know if you can see it on camera. There is just like a slight sparkle to these, which is pretty. And then we have Mexico, of course. I like the tequila. But next up, we have Australia. I was just with someone who is Australian, and we were talking about some of the big differences in the Opera House between Australia and the States. And now we have Italy also on my list because Italian food is my favorite, but of course, so much history. We have the Leaning Tower, we have the Colosseum, and then we have, I'm assuming this would be like safari. So we've got, this be South Africa, but we have safari themes. Okay, so these also have like this little bit of a shimmer effect on them. And it's not overwhelming. Like usually I don't like glitter stickers. These don't even feel like glitter stickers. They just kind of have this tone. I wonder if I take this off camera. I'll tell you, like when I'm looking at it off the lights, that's why I moved it away because I wanted it to not be under super bright lights. You could barely see it. So it's not one of those things that, bugs me in any way. I think it's actually a nice, pretty accent. Now we have Brazil. I love these colors here. They're really pretty. And then we have generic travel. So just we have the plane, passport, some photos, a map, and suitcases. And then some travel quotes. Life is a collection of moments. Travel, money can always return, time will not. Go where you feel most alive. Little moments make big memories. Today's moments are tomorrow's memories. So much world, so little time. Travel is my therapy. And then you have 2 world maps here, which are really pretty in like a watercolor vibe. And then you have another set of functional stickers. So I think that there were 3 sets of functional stickers within this. Yes, there were 3. Now we have washi. So what's really cool about this washi is that these are going to coordinate with the stickers that we just saw. So let's pull open an example. Let's grab the New York, since that was the first one. I don't know if I'm going to pull all of these open, or maybe we'll pull them off all open off camera, but these are going to have the same designs that you saw in the sticker book. And you know that I love Planything washi. So let's get this. I won't be able to fully get this about to the end over here, but we have the same designs. And what I really like about this white backing is that when it's on your page like that, you can't even see it. It just blends seamlessly into the color of the page. And now we have Brazil. And I think that using a washi cutting card like that, just when you find the end, if you have trouble with it with your nails like I do, and then of course I didn't do enough. Okay, I'm gonna get all of these down and then we will take a look at them a little bit closer so that you don't have to watch me trying to open all of these. Okay, so these are all of the different washi that again match the stickers that are in the sticker book. And then we also have the thinner washi, which is always my favorite from Planything, because I feel like Amber's washi is just this really good material. This is like a scallop, if it's hard to see. And I love how thin it is. So the combination here is really nice. You could coordinate some of these, but if you have other Planything washi, you could use that too. And then we also have this plain one, which I took it out of the packaging. I didn't open because it is just plains. Now for this week in my planner, I'm actually going to be using a classic size checklist layout. I really like a checklist layout when life gets busy. I just feel like it's really helpful because we have all of the room for checklists. So every few months, I decide to pull out this layout and include it. So I was really trying to decide what stickers I wanted to use for this. And ultimately, I think I came to the New York ones, which may seem boring because I live very close to New York. However, I decided to do the New York ones because I want to save the others for when I actually get to travel to those places. If I did Paris in my planner and I opened my planner each day and I was just faced with a normal, boring work day and not a trip to Paris, I'd be really disappointed. So I decided that should this sit on top? No, it's okay. It'll go here. So I decided that we are going to go with the New York theme. I am a Jersey girl, but I do love a city day. Okay, now let's pull out the bridge. And I was just over this bridge, if I'm right about it being the George Washington Bridge. There's a lot of bridges in New York because New York City is an island. Oops. Let's see. There's the George Washington. There's tunnels. There's the Verrazano, the Throg's Neck. There's a lot of bridges. But I'm not the one to ask about which is which because I am horrible at navigation. I do know, though, that I went over the GW, the George Washington, recently. I just don't know if this is the George Washington. I think it is. I really feel like it is. Okay, now let's bring in maybe a travel quote over here, but I also wanted to bring in washi. So these stickers, let's make sure we can see. We've got some yellows here and some reds and also, of course, some blues. So I kind of thought that I would use this new yellow scallop, and then I pulled out some previously released Planything black and red to kind of combine here. So I just need to pull off this edge, and we're going to put the yellow right up here. Get that down straight. There we go. Oh, that's pretty. I like that it just kind of adds a little something to it. I like how that looks. Now, I wanted to do a quote, right? Actually, what I could do instead of a quote is bring in a box over here on Wednesday because we have the space for it. So I think we'll do that. And then down on Monday, we're going to do a few different ones. So I'm going to do think this box is going to go here. And then we're going to do a little bit of layering, which I love to do with Planything stickers, as long as I don't end up screwing it up and making it look like Mickey ears, which sometimes I do, so I try not to. And I'm just going to pull this back a little bit, actually, because I want to bring in some of this red washi. I guess this was one I hadn't taken off, but I like the grid here. And then again, I just feel for the edge. There it is. And use this to pull it up. So I wanted to kind of get this under it. And then we're gonna cut it like right here, like that, and then continue right here. Try to space this properly. Well, that looks cool. That's a cool little effect. And now let's do a travel quote that I still have not done, that I keep saying we're going to do. Today's moments are tomorrow's memories. I like that. And this is just going to hang out right over here. Okay, but we need some more New York stickers. So let's maybe take Broadway sticker, put this right over here. I mean, obviously there's not a Broadway street sign above the bridge, but I like how that looks. And then I definitely know I wanted to bring in the Empire State Building. But I was trying to figure out exactly how to do this. So we're definitely going to lose some of the checklist because of the height of this. But as I've been sharing recently, I'm not as concerned about weekends in my planner because my weekends have been more social than to-do list style productive. Oh, you know what's perfect about doing New York for this? Wait a second. I didn't even realize what I was doing and what week it was. So my good friend Jess over at Knit Plan Jess is traveling to New York this week. Technically, she is staying in New Jersey, but she is going to be in New York, and I'm going to see her on Thursday evening. And this is like a New York themed spread in honor of Jess's trip here. And she's coming with her son. I don't believe he's ever been to New York. So she has been, but not in a long time. And I know that she set up like a really cool bujo, so be sure to check out her channel for everything about her trip. But I've never met Jess before, and she's been a good friend for many years. I just remembered that we have New York washi. Hold on. I feel like maybe we pull up the Broadway sticker and put the washi instead here. I just remembered that. Like I saw all this washi on the side of my desk. I was like, oh yeah, that's where I wanted to do with this. Cute. Okay, now maybe we take some of this yellow washi, the scallop. Where are you? Right here. And we put this down here. Over a little bit. And grab my washi card. Cut. And we can take the rest of this maybe and put it here. Yeah, I think that we'll have space for that. Looking at this side, we should have space. But I just wanted to cover these up so that you don't see the line in between them. Okay. Now, I feel like I needed to go a little bit higher on that. It's okay. And we'll cut this right here before it hits the New York again. Cute. Now we need boxes. And we also have some more, like we have to do a taxi, right? And then this bowl is, I was remembering after when I was opening the washi, is on Wall Street, I believe. It's been a while, but I believe it is. It's Wall Street. Okay, we're going to maybe do something like this over here, but I want to bring back this red. I wonder what would happen. Let's do an experiment. Oops, that was not the experiment. Oh, you can't even see. See, this is one of the things that I love about Planything boxes, is that even putting this circle sticker over it, you don't see the red through the box, which is something that I wasn't sure what was going to happen, and that was the experiment. All right, let's take a quote here. So much world, so little time. It's going to fit here. It'll fit here nicely. And just cover this up. I know that you'll see the dot grid through the sticker, but I'm not that worried about that. You can barely see it, but I do want to cover up these lines here. Okay, that's cute. I like it. We need a box over here, and I knew I wanted to bring in a taxi cab and maybe a Metro card. So let's go back to my boxes, and we'll take one of these. This is going to go over here. And we can, I had brought out this black washi. I don't know if I need it because we've got so much other. I could use it as kind of a base because I feel like this might be floating. But the other option here is to cover up this line. And instead of having this like floating, if it's layered over a sticker, it'll look more intentional there. So I'm just going to cover up this part of the black. I'll also say that as this is down in my planner, I don't notice the glitter. And I just wanted to point that out because I know that I was kind of like, oh, glitter, but I really don't notice it. All right, that looks cute. And I don't know, oh, there's probably another sticker that we can put over here. So maybe like the Metro card. We could do a Metro card. Just like up like that. This is looking great. Now we could do maybe a little bit of red over here. I don't even know that we need the washi there, but if we wanted to, just do a little bit right here to add a little accent to the box. And then for my favorite part always, we've got bullets. So I actually, when I was doing the opening of the washi, I almost brought you back on camera because I wanted to talk about travel a little bit, because I feel like it's one of these topics that, especially now with social media, the way it is and everyone sharing and all of that, it's almost, I don't want to say a sensitive topic for me. I feel like I've done little traveling compared to people in my life. I know that there are people who go their whole life without ever getting on a plane or traveling abroad or something like that. And I feel like a lot of it is finances, right? Do we have the money to travel? What do we prioritize? I know people who live very, very modestly year round so that they can go on lavish vacations because travel is really important to them. I know other people who go into debt to travel, which is not necessarily something that I would recommend. But when I think about my lack of travel, a lot of it is because of finances. Like when my friends were traveling more in our 20s, early 20s, I didn't have the money to do that because I was busy getting myself into debt, but I also didn't make enough money to be able to do it. And now that I'm in a situation where I could set aside money to travel, The problem becomes work, jobs, taking off work and traveling. There was also definitely a period in my life where I had the traveling bug and I wanted to, but I didn't have anyone to travel with. And I know that there are plenty of people who travel alone, and I feel like now I would be willing to do that. But in my early 20s, I wasn't. I felt like, I guess now we're more towards like my mid 20s, mid to late 20s. My friends were all, getting engaged and married, and like they were traveling with their significant other. That said, I have traveled. I've been to Mexico. I've been to the Dominican Republic. I've been to Israel. Where else have I been out of the country? Montreal, Puerto Rico. That may be it. I'm trying to think if there's anywhere else out of the country that I've been. And then within the States, of course, driving distance, right, in New York. I've been to Florida several times. I've been to California, Texas, Washington, D.C. I've been to so much because my mom's best friend lived there. So growing up, we went there all the time. I have family in Connecticut. Again, that's driving though. So I'm trying to think of like plane wise Chicago. I went to Chicago for the first time in November. Actually, this day, I think, is when Chicago Planner Conference tickets go on sale for people who have already been to the conference. So, like, they open for 1 or 2 days for people who had a ticket last year, and then the rest of the tickets will open to the general public. So, let's see. Am I missing anywhere? I'm trying to, like, visually go through a U.S. map and see if there's anything. Oh, I've been to Pittsburgh and Kansas City. I was thinking of my old job when I used to go on business trips. And then we just need to continue with the bullets here. And where else has Go Wild been that I've been to? Anaheim, DC, and Arlington. So I already mentioned those. So yeah, I guess I've done more travel than I was thinking, but there's still so many major places in the world that I haven't been that I want to go. This weekend, I also anticipate being very busy because my friend and her boyfriend are moving into an apartment. They get the keys on Friday, but I believe they'll be moving in Saturday. So they helped me move so much. You may remember when I've talked about my friends Betsy and Joe, and they were my neighbors at my old apartment. So they have helped me so very much when I was moving into my house and getting it ready. And I will definitely want to be, repaying the favor and spending time helping them move. I think we're just going to cover up these boxes here. And this one as well, since we won't really be able to write in it. And then I just have this other one that kind of came off. So why not just put another box right here? Whoops, because it won't go to waste. I don't know that I ever end up having a box and I'm like, I don't know what to write there. So good spread. I'm excited about it. It's going to be a good, busy week. It's very functional. I love the New York theme. I think it came out really cute. So as a reminder, Travel Around the World and all of the washi release on Saturday, June 1st, 12 p.m. Eastern. Code at least 10 will give you a discount. And as always, I do appreciate you using my link. Not only do I earn a commission from it, but it tells shop owners that what I'm sharing is valuable and to continue working with me. So that's a wrap. Thanks again. I hope you enjoyed, and I will see you next time.